Now, Judy was a little fellow. She's 4'6", 4'7", weighs about 80 pounds. And she had her own little issues with her and her husband, Shineland, who took over from, what was it, Mayor Koch, who ran People's Court after they revived it, when it had been under Judge Wapner for a long time. And there were all kinds of issues in that. And she was a nice Jewish mama figure for Hollywood, which had a very large contingent of Jewish participants. So they responded to that. And I was a threat because I wasn't going along with their rainbow thing, although they kept approaching me about doing PSAs for them. I said, hey, that ain't my problem. You know, you do that, but I'm not. When I first started, see, oh, I can mention this to give you some idea what the flavor's about. I hadn't had my show but a month and a half, and they had a big thing at the Beverly Hilton Hotel, well, the Statler Hilton Hotel on the intersection of Santa Monica Boulevard and Wilshire. It was a nice party. I was a bachelor. I'd got this show, it was successful, and I'm looking at all these beautiful starlets, you know, so I like to dance. I'm dancing with all these gorgeous women, and I ran into one that I kind of hit it off with, so we sat down at a table, and we were talking, and she got up, went to the ladies' room. She came back, says, you know that tall guy in that gray suit? I said, yeah. He said he offered me $2,000 in cash if I'd sign a note saying you tried to feel up on me. So guess who it was? It was the CEO for the big ticket television, the entity that was doing my show. So she and I went around and tracked down all of the women I danced with, and several of them said he had offered them money, but they wouldn't take it, so we got a written statement from him. So this was November 1998. The show had started in September 1998. So they'd already tried to set up this. So I hired a beautiful black woman who had graduated from Ole Miss, and I'd been her mentor, and she incidentally became the youngest licensed lobbyist in Washington, D.C., and I hired her to be my publicist. So we set up these directors, and we created a fictional woman